bounds.
Hey, what is going on, Guardians? Interesting here, bringing you another video today, and today I'm starting a new series. I'm going to start a lore series, and I'm going to begin with the history of SIVA, the reason why we stand with Saladin, the one thing we have to destroy, the reason why Rise of Iron exists. So the question is, what is SIVA? Well, simple. We are also told this. SIVA is a technology, or in other words, a nanotechnology, a colonial tool of the war minds as people believed it to be. It could create anything. Structures, constructs, ships, vehicles, buildings, and many outstanding creations. But as we fight SIVA on the Cosmodrome, it seems to affect only there. But actually, the creation of SIVA does not start there. It starts in the laboratories of Clovis Bray on Mars. Clovis's laboratories were given almost unlimited resources and were pushed to improve the life of humanity. One of Clovis Bray's daughters, Willa Bray, played an important part in this. She was in a meeting with a general named Chen Lanchu, who was part of the Exodus project. Willa explains SIVA to Chen. She states what it can create, structures, repairs, and remains frozen on long journeys in space. And once given a directive, it won't stop until given a new directive. Chen asks, how long does this SIVA last? Willa responds with, will it last forever? Chen was guarded by a war mind named Malahayati. Chen states that it has concerns about SIVA. About what if it malfunctions, what if it goes wrong? Willa responds with, SIVA can only malfunction if there is a fault in the programmer. Chen states that it could be used for military use. Willa responds with, SIVA was never meant for military use. And Chen responds again with, many things used in the military were not meant for military use. Further investigation on SIVA was done in the Clovis Bray laboratories by the help of a doctor named Zarin Shirazi. Dr. Shirazi began to test SIVA using human experimentations. The side effects were not great at all. Some heard a low buzzing in their ears, and small particles flew around their heads, which I believe the particles are a week before Rise of Iron, there was these colourful particles flying around our heads. I believe this is what he means. There is something to that which we'll get on with later. Some people's voices reduced, some started to lose weight and hair, and became more aggressive. Shirazi did not find out until she found out the research in a hidden lab under the laboratory, which is the lab we meet in Downward Complete. She immediately ordered to stop the creation of SIVA, but Willa wanted to continue her legacy and said Shirazi was no longer needed. So Willa found a new doctor named Dr. Zhang, who worked on a replication chamber to enhance SIVA even more, which is the same replication chamber, to enhance SIVA even more, which is the same replication chamber we visit in the final mission of Rise of Iron. Then the collapse happened and we did not see SIVA for a very long time. After the collapse, the ghosts searched for their guardians, and the early guardians were called Iron Lords. And the main Iron Lords fought many battles, fought to push back the darkness, found out our paths. And the main ones found out about SIVA and thought, what if we could use this to bring back humanity? use it to, like, bring back humanity, bring back weapons, ships, colonies they thought they could build. And they began the hunt for it. There were two lords who were most interested in SIVA, Lord Felwinter and Lord Timur. Lord Felwinter and Lord Timur hunted SIVA for months, centuries even. Then Lord Timur came closer to finding SIVA and found the replication chamber under the depths of the Cosmodrome. The Iron Lords stepped into the Cosmodrome with their guns by their side as the risk of fallen attacks were high. Before the Iron Lords went to the Cosmodrome, Lord Felwinter and Lord Timur contacted Rasputin, the AI Warmind, for some odd reason. No one knew why. But after that, they wouldn't just be fighting Fallen. They'd be fighting Rasputin's forces. He responded with extreme force. He built constructs, frames, things so mysterious and powerful that over 100 Iron Lords entered the field. Only 9 made it to the replication chamber. Lord Felwinter, Timur, Delion, Perun, Similar, Scory, Radagast, Yolda, and Saladin. Then Rasputin released SIVA and gave it a directive: consume, enhance, replicate. Only one Iron Lord survived, Lord Saladin, which we then go on to meet in the Rise of Iron expansion when SIVA is released again. And I'm now going to talk about what happened right before Rise of Iron, the transmission crisis. A week before Saladin called us at his side, Guardians were found with colourful floating nanites around their heads, and it was spreading everywhere. The Vanguard were looking deeply into this. Cade didn't mind. He said he likes the colour. But then Ikora said about armour malfunction and weapon malfunction. A group known as the Owl Sector sent one of their scientists to investigate. She found a lab hidden under the Clover Spray laboratories, the same lab that SIVA was mostly conducted in and all the research went. They found many things about what happened with the patients, what was SIVA. She found fallen claw marks scattered everywhere. At first she thought nothing of it. But this is how the Fallen got their hands on SIVA. They started to use it, play around with it, inject it into their bodies, experiment with it, make powerful weapons with it. And then they found out about the replication chamber. And they started heading their forces into the Cosmodrome, a special part of the Cosmodrome that had been quarantined for years, where SIVA existed. They ventured straight to the replication chamber. They overruled the other House of Devils. Their leader and the creation of their leader, Axis the Archon Prime, who became the new controller of SIVA, its new directive. They overruled the other House of Devils. Possibly there might have even been a civil war. And then they became the army we know today, the army we are facing today. The army known as the Devil Splicers. I hope you all enjoyed this little history on SIVA lore. I will be planning to do some more in the future. Let me know what things I should be doing in the future. I'm planning to do a video on who is Rasputin, what connection might Rasputin have with the Warmind? This was just a little history on SIVA. It wasn't any theories. I'll also be discussing my theories in the lore, like I just said then. Also, you need to suggest in your ideas, and I also want to speak about why the Cabal don't have SIVA when they have complete access to it. I mean, it's their territory. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to drop it a like. Comment down below to give me your ideas, and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you all later.